Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲರದು ಊಟ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ?
ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್.
ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್.
ಯಾರು ಸ್ಲೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಮೂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
No, sir. Everyone is awake.
Good afternoon, sir.
So I will take only 1 hour. Don't worry. So I hope you that yesterday from the landslide, disaster management in landslide yesterday. Today, another very important topic, disaster management in flood. So that topic supposed to have to go for discussion another 1 hour. So yesterday, we're talking about this introductions point of the disaster. So I'm not going to repetitions once again for the definition of the disasters, because these are all the things yesterday I am given a much more information. So this is another very important crisis that will be natural phenomena from the happens in the floods due to the serious actions, the natural calamities, and we described from the community aspect, sociologically, mythologically, and also human interferences, and lot of environmental issues will be majorly, they have problem and affected and losses. So this is the issues. According to these two disaster management classifications, there are the two very important classifications. Number one, ND classifications. From the textbooks, they mentioned ND classification. We call as a very short term NDC, natural disaster classifications. And some of the textbooks, they mention MMDC, man-made disasters classifications. Now, these two very important pillars of the disasters. From the NDC classification, we are going to meteorological aspects come across to the flood problems, and the area of the physiography, demography, geomorphological features, land use, land cover structure also most important. So that all these things comes under the topographical information supposed to be able to study from the natural disaster classifications. And recently, the environmental disaster management also we have seen from the natural disaster classification. Let us say we are going to one by discussion under a few minutes. So from this addition, when human beings, they enter into the society and the environment and the global wise, they have a lot of problem from the man-made disasters through various technological weapons, from the country to country bomb blastings and other any nuclear weapons, that all are comes under in the technological classification and industrial classification and warfare classification. These are all the things comes under the man-made, the classification of disaster management. Once again, from the natural disaster management, the classified already I have shown in the previous slide. Now, this slide, the natural disasters from the meteorological disaster management. Today, we are going to, from these various types are there. I am taking the first parameters, that is the flood problem from the meteorological problem from the disaster management. So, from the flood disaster management, how it is forms and how they the forms. What are the reasons they have taken place? So first of all, we should be understand about what is floods. Everyone knows how the floods have happened. What is the definition of the floods? Description of the floods. So when these meteorological aspects comes under the flood classifications, a flood is a overflow maximum the waters then naturally fall on the surface. After the water, they may not be properly channeled to the surface of the earth, or the same water, they've gone to unwanted plain land. They're not properly lined on the channels. Unexpected rain, heavy rain, then the water has gone to the surface, and the final journey was they had to move to nearby river, ocean, sea, or any man-made tax it is possible, or it may be anywhere supposed to has to nearby a river, particularly perennial pond, perennial channels, perennial water bodies, perennial dam. If it is there, we can well connect it, then the water should be has to accumulate it, and the problem of the crisis of the surface runoff will be solved. Sometimes, if it not properly lined, if it properly not constructed anything, the water should be has to gone and constructed any settlements, plain land, structure of anything else, completely within a span of an hour will be destroyed by the flood. So that is the major problem of the environment. So some of the recent textbooks, they mention in this too, the definition of the flood. It is a natural phenomena or occur in any moment of the seconds, depends on the meteorological parameters. Rule is very important. So if a heavy rainy, if it is fall on any part of the place, particularly cloud burning, that is the one of parameters, cloud bursting, cloud burning. So that burning of this water content, heavy precipitations water, particularly hailstone rainy, I think may not be in Kannada, Alikal Male. So if a hailstone supposed to heavy rain water supposed to fall on the surface, the size of the Alikal or the hailstone, maximum 2 kg, 3 kg, 6 kg, 10 kg crystal shape. It may be very huge crystal shape, look like a rock, look like a very small or larger shape. It is fall on the surface itself. If any shelter or the tiles, man-made any unwanted structure will be majorly problem. And the same hailstone supposed to fall on the surface, make a solution of the water and discharging from the frequently. There is a one causes also we have seen in the nature. Instead of this hailstone, if a heavy precipitation supposed to fall on the nature, very huge rainy, heavy intensity of the rainy, they fall on the surface, then the water should be very high force, they gone to downstream, they accumulated from almost all the settlements of the earth. So this also we have seen in the natures. Now, from this, when I had to go for the study in the textbook or any PDF form, or it may be any literature, history of the flood. So when you're talking about 1943, in the science and technology as developed, in 1943 may not be, had the science and technology may not be, but as in the history of the events of the flood cases in the Madras, particularly Chennai, now is the terminology Chennai, they fall on the heavy rainy, continuously all the 6 days, no gapping. The rain may not be given any rush, heavy force of the water, they fall on the particular Chennai city. Within 6 days, the major problems happens. So much of the property will be losses. Agriculture area will be completely collapsed. People are missing. So that is the cases. The first history of the floods are noticed in the record. Now later, on the 11th of August, 1979, in the Rajkot district of the Gujarat, the places also, they have a capacity of the dam only around more than 2 lakh gallons of water. If excess water supposed to has to come across, if a dam's capacity is the more of water, the dam should be has to measure a problem. When the dam water supposed to has to, then naturally the gates are open. So without notice to open the gate, then the downstream of the people, they are washed away, loss of life also there, more than 1,800 to 25,000 people are missing. So no records. So that is cases also we have seen. So in the Bihar 1987 also, so most of this flooding, look at the figure in the downstream now. So from the Bihar heavy flood, so around more than 1,500 people and 300 to 350 people, animals also, they have missing, destroyed, and they have estimate cost about this around the 68 billion amount of the economically crisis also, they have losses. So these are all the details there in the internet solutions, the internet materials from the history of this. Some of the questions they may raise, can a floods be man-made? Some of them ask the questions, flood, maybe they have man-made, it is possible also. So from the scientific way, when the floods, human interference entered into the surface to an ornament, and wherever this rainy water, particularly, we can go for 40 years, 70 years, when the early days of this rainy water suppose has to fall there in our own villages. On the day of elder people, they know this. They know this. If heavy rain is supposed to fall on our village itself, the rainy water should be has to go for collected from the Kalyani Kere. Or it may be you have our village terminology Kere, Kolla. These are all the things in earlier days, without technology, without any scientific way. So they have own way, they constructed the movement of the rainy water collected from the pond or stream or channel or anywhere nearby a storage of tanks. Now, when the journey of the river, when the journey of the rainy water across the boundary, now we are going to construct that our own settlements, our own agriculture activity, destruction of the deforestation from this. Wherever the agricultural activity is terminated by the settlements of the construction of anything else you want right now today. Now, anywhere, now this year may not be, any other 10 years, 5 years, if a rain is supposed to fall there, the rainy itself, they already know I'm going to this flow of path. This is the route. This route only I can, because the gravitation from moving from high to low area. So from the height portion to the low area, always the water should be has to gone there. So during this journey of the movement of the water, then the water should be has to storage, destruction from the human interference, definitely the loss of property, loss of entire demography. This is the situation also happened is. So indirectly, directly, human interference definitely in the 100%. So what are these parameters supposed to has to come across in human activities causing in the flooding areas? So from the vegetation will be removing. See, fauna rule, flora rule, animal and plant rule is most important from the anywhere in the any kind of villages. So most of these, when you have urbanizations are extended, development of the growth are extended, people are supposed to has to construct their new build house away from the village. The population is over exploitation. Earlier, more than 10 years, 20 years ago, they had 25 people are there in the small villages. Another 5 years of the record of the census, maybe double of this. People are there, extend this growth. Demography will be moving. Cluster analysis is moving. So by this time, naturally, across the boundary, they have agriculture activity, they have a forest, there are a government land, they're cutting a vegetation, cutting a forest. So one day, the area became a new labor, new settlement. So this is this situation. Now, when you talk about these things, when particularly, this is the happens, they have there. So for that cases, we had to avoid of this construction of the building, particularly the flow of rainy water. So, and also most of our friends, ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಹಳ್ಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬಹುದು, ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಇಂದ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು, ರೈನಿ ಡೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ವಾಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹೆವಿ ರೈನಿ ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ So today drains irtade, canals irtade, channel irtade. It may be definitely as to waters are flow with the construction of already canal channels. If it is not there in the village wise or anywhere in this particular from the rural area, naturally the waters are fall there. The waters was lagging and stay on the road. If excess water definitely has to move from one place to other place based on the plain land, undulating terrain. If a topography is a deploying, definitely waters are moving from the higher elevation to the lower elevation, again lower elevation to the very deeper portions. So in that marking, always any day in the future also, the rainy water also flow from this is the channel. So this is called as a channel movement of the rainy water. So that channel may be created by the natural calamities. From the natural calamities, people are, they construct across the natural calamities, construct the various building, construction of anything else, or it may be construction of anything, urbanization of the new layout. Definitely, in the future of heavy rain is supposed to has to fall there, water definitely has to go on there in the particular boundary, and the destruction and the logging of water, the killing from the, all the resource management of the land surface. Now, when you are this educated, when they educated from this to develop the anywhere the new layout, we have to take the permission from the government to before the construction and the layout, according to this, all the natural calamities should be there or not. If a proper arrangement should be has to made, or the drainage system is made, so then only they have to go for the purchasing of the new layout, any other the urbanization process. So that is the most important. Now, after all these things, when had to go for this, the human activities that can be affect on the floodings. Look at these three figures. Figure 1. So when the figure 1, all the natural phenomena, natural resource land, as it is, there is no any problems at all. They are, whatever the natural systems are there, people are not interconnection with the destroy the future. So as it is there, when the rain is supposed to has to fall, rainy water has to go to the infiltration through the root system from the vegetation. When the trees are moving, when the trees are below the bottom, there are so much of root system also there. One tree is maximum 2 to 3 centimeter, or the meter of the root system penetrate beneath the bottom. Through the bottom, almost all the rainy water supposed to has to go to inside the beneath the bottom. Then the water has gone to the water table. There is a cases. If excess water is a natural calamity, natural channel, natural water should be, that is called as a waterfalls, water line. So across the water line, people are there away from this water line. They're going to construct this small shelter now. Year by year, the same area. See, look at the second figure now. So most of the vegetations are destroyed from the human activity. Instead of this, only for this to a little bit of grasses are there. Every day, forest deforestation started. The removing from the vegetation. Then again, rainy water is supposed to fall there. Then there is no any root system. The water support may not be has to go to the infiltration. Instead of the waters are maybe discharging from the surface runoff. In that cases, what are the downstream was the maximum settlements are there. Within a fraction of minutes, the entire will be washed away. Now, sometime in the daytimes, if it is happens, people supposed to has to go there, excavation will be there, helicopters came there, lifting, no problem. In the midnight, dark time, if it is happened, very difficult to solutions to protect the human beings for the particularly floods areas. Now, the most floods occur because of this, the meteorological parameters. Now, I think many of our friends may be known about the geography. Friends are there. We have a rain gauge stations now. So when I had estimated rain gauge per day, how much rain was recorded, there are various types of rain gauge stations. They are there in the village wise. The government of Karnataka, they have to give all the watershed area, almost all the talukate quarters. wherever they have a procedure for the selection of sites of the rain gauge station, we have a procedure. Not for everywhere, they are not installed, is not in the procedure. So before the installation of rain gauge station, from the meteorological department, the study this area is suitable for rain gauge station or not. Based on that, the area of the meteorological parameter, geographical information system, geomorphological instrument. With this, human any interaction was there, supposed to has to install the rain gauge station. Anybody supposed to has to destruction, everything they have allotted. Some of the curator or temporarily they want the rain gauge station also. Now, from the if we have a when the rain is supposed to start from morning to evening, we should be known how much percentage of rain, whether centimeter or millimeter of rain is recorded. So per hour, what is the intensity of the rain? What is the amount of rain is supposed to has to fall there? That all these things should be as to accountability also most important before the estimation of a flood. Same time, when the meteorological parameters, what is the today temperature, pressure, humidity, wind velocity, what is the special weather phenomena? At what time the sun rises? At what time the sun rises down, sunrise, sunset? So all these parameters are recorded by from the meteorological instrument. If every raining, if floods are happened, then we know that how much floods, if it have happened, we should be immediately asking every raining. So from the today, what is the amount of raining? We can ask the meteorological department. From the nearby any rain gauge station is there. Sometimes if a rain gauge station across this or away from the flood, it is okay. So if you not properly install the rain gauge station, if a flood also sometime may be taken by the rain gauge, but possibilities also there. So therefore, we have a weather forcing radar instruments we have for the prediction, getting information about the rainfall, temperature, pressure, humidity, wind velocity, special weather phenomena, everything is there. So all the parameters are given by the Indian Meteorological Department for all the districts. That is also we have. So that is the information also they have got it. Now, when they had to go in from the floods happened, after the flood, when the water should be asked to decline, water was losing, water was maybe precipitated, water was, entire thing will be missing. Then you go to this flooded area. We can see the situation of the entire geomorphology. What condition they are there, the soil erosion. What is the condition of the pathic condition of the soil, quality, quantity, erosion activity, and what is the rock types are there. If a rock's having a fissure, yesterday I'm talking about, you have a rocks having a cracks, fissure, joints are there. Almost all the waters are through the joints, through the fracture. Waters are transmitting through the vertically and gone to the zone of aeration, zone of saturation. In between the line is called as a water table. Then maximum waters are percolation, infiltration to the ground. If it is the rocks having a fractures, or the fissure, or the joints, if it is there, definitely rocks are moving towards a downward. The rocks are very strong. The soil is very strong. Then the water is unable to percolation. Instead of waters are traveling by surface, runoff, move to the village, destroy the area, then overflow, enter to the one zone to other zone, one location to other location, endless. Because the force of water has come, again the same quantity is rushing, enter, destruction entire the landscape. Then within the fraction of minutes, the entire portion should be distracted by the natural calamities from the name of the floods. Now, being we are educated, being a teacher, we should be tell to our kids. Sometimes maybe ask the question about this. Your brothers and sisters, your sons or daughter may ask this. How it happens? What are the behind the factors or the responsibility of the floods happens in the natures? Now by this time, these are all the skeletal informations that floods are origin. Number one is called as vegetation is the role, forestry. So vegetation role is most important. If a vegetation is thick in the landscape, if a land was empty, if a land was your own land, maybe their MD is there. The government of the forest department, freely they have given a free species to grow for the sampling. So from the any college or the degree college, PG college, they have a NSS program. The NSS students supposed to has to, they ask him the government of the forest department, they're given a free sample of a species of the plants to give the recommended to the government land or give the awareness to the farmers. So these are all the things are there. You have to grow for the new sampling of this any species. They'll be protected, good aeration, good oxygen. If the fruitful, suppose this fruit is there, if the fruits has given. Or it may be that will be very good in the future of the rainy. If a rain is supposed to fall there, the rainy water suppose definitely has to go to the infiltration, reach the ground. If your water table is a upland, then your borewell is a recharging also. So therefore, if you grow more number of species, definitely you got a very good in the area. Then the biodiversity. It means if your greenery will be more, all the loving birds also naturally they started from the loving or the living or the lifestyle will be started. Therefore, biodiversity also they have improved when the vegetation is more in the thick in the forest of the particular area. So therefore, when the forest is more, the area of the nature of the meteorological climate is very pleasant, very cool in the nature. So naturally this will be happen. So most of this, all the cases happens in the floods maximum when I have the record from the sloper area, sloping, very doom, very uneven structure, undulating structure from the higher to ground. We can see the every valley now. When they have the sudden the floods are happened, lands are happened. Most of the lands are happens in the flood or the landslide from doom places, very slippery area. Immediately you have the curiosity, please go whenever after this everything is the problem will be started. Then you go there to see the situation of the topographically or geographical of the boundary. Most of the slopes area, we should be asked to properly alignment. When the slope area across we can create the bund. The bund it may be, you can collect the sample from the rock pieces from the nearby. Across they have a bund 1, bund 2, bund 3, bund 4. Series of bunds supposed to have to construct across the barrier of the rainy flow area. Then at least the floods may be 70% of the flood may be solve the crisis. Enter to the village, should not enter. So when their rainfall patterns, any taluk, the taluk having a district taluk having a hydrogeologist. Geologist, we have a station was there. So district collector office, they have a watershed office also there. You can go there, ask there if you want to the rain gauge station from our village. You can use the freely that requisition letter to the main Indian rain gauge station that is there in the website. We can write there, request there. Definitely concerned government, they have to come there to see the situation, whether the area is suitable or not. They freely install the rain gauge station also. From the rain gauge station, those who are there, you got some, you do the doctoral degree or education to the student or educate to the same subject, you get the rainfall intensity, rainfall information, duration of rainfall. And also, if you have to call to the nearby geologist, I want to know about the information about my village of the soil condition, what types of soil is there, how much of this condition of the geology, I want to detail information. That is also available. In case you don't know available, you can go to the State Groundwater Board, Central Groundwater Board, or Geological Survey of India, of Mysore, or your own districts. Just you can type there in the internet. All the detail about the rock information also they have available. And also, your area already having a perennial lakes, perennial river, or any kind of reservoirs there, dams are there, any ponds and streams on channel, man-made tanks are there, any natural artificial tanks are there, then you can connect the flood water. You can make a NGOs. ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಲೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಎಜುಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ರೈನಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಬಿದ್ದಂತ ರಸ್ತೆಗಳ ವಾಟರ್ನ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಲೈನ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಸಮೂಹದಿಂದ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ NSS ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಇಂದ ದಟ್ ರೈನಿ ವಾಟರ್ a nearby stream, nearby channel, nearby anywhere supposed they are available, no? That also we can go for this too. That will be construct there, then we can also, and also, what is the area of the land use land cover patterns is the most important. So that land use land cover given by the any map, we can geological GSI, they have Geological Survey of India, they have given a different size, shape of this. 1 is to 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 50,000 also. 1 is to 10,000 scale map you have. If a larger scale you wanted, you can take the 1 is to 50 small scale, 1 is to 250 lakh scales to divide the land use land cover maps also, and also per year, how much the percent of the soils are erosion from our place, frequently our agricultural land, what is the centimeter of the soils are extended, what depth or meter will be the erosion away, that all these things should be asked to carefully watching from the your village or wherever they occur. Because that all the natural information is given to the human beings to watch all the data, we will be known about this area having a lot of problems are there. Now, human activities can make the flood risk worse. Yes. So when there's during the season of the rainy water is supposed to has to move proper way. Across the proper way, supposed to have to encroachment of the construction of the new building. The surface runoff may not be gone to any other places, or the surface runoff water may be logging, storing in front of entire village. You are unable to move from point to point, area to area. So this is called as we are all responsibilities, because already I expressed when the water line should be as to carefully give it space. These lines are meant for only water flow lines, and the across of the line should not be do any kind of. So therefore, the distribution of the pattern of floods in India. So most of these floods we can watch there. According to this, there are various basins. So from the Indian point of view, so wherever this, I think geographers knows, we call it as a drainage parameters, first order, second order, third order, fourth order, fifth order, seventh order, classification of drainage system you have. So in that drainages, wherever the flood, the origin of a river, wherever the waters are moving, where is the end? That all these cases, every geographers, every geologist, every water department, PW department, environmental science department, civil engineering departments are known. Because when any rainy water is supposed to fall in the particular flood area, or it may be river area, naturally water along with this river, they flew directly without any destructions. Now, from the rivers or flow across the agricultural land, knownly and unknownly, they created the various tributaries of the water through the channel, through the streams. The stream or chain capacity is very low. When the water is a huge quantity, then the water definitely have a lot of problem in these areas. So these cases, the maximum in the Brahmaputra basins. This area, they have a lot of problems in everywhere during the rainy season. That also we have seen. So northwestern river basins in this area also, and peninsular river basin also, they already declared during the rainy season, particularly this floods pattern area, they already drawn. So disaster management officer already drawn this area during the rainy season area, don't stay from the downward portion. Now the same problem during this Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, and also our nearby adjacent area of the Kerala also, they have a lot of problem from this. Now, according to this, all these classifications from the geographers or those who are there they do some kind of experimental work or the research work. They have the thematic maps, resource maps also available from the GSI also prepared flood hazards zonation map. So for the past 10 years, wherever the floods are happened, what is the percentage of the floods are created lots of problems, and where is the origin point, where is the end point, what is the maximum land cover extracted by the agricultural activity, humans interference, settlements are the losses, what are the living people, there are loss of property, that everything should be has to come across to the given by a flood hazard map, also the available. Now come to look at the figures now. Causes of floods. See the video. The causes of floods. Look at your own systems. See what how much the waters have they're gone. This is I'm taking the photograph during the flood time in Madikeri, Talakaveri. No. See, this is the video I have taken. Floods. So causes of floods. So causes of floods when the main important thing is called as a intensity of a rainfall. Heavy raining, maximum raining per hours, within a 10 to 15 minutes, the maximum centimeter of raining, they fall there without given a rest. Continuous more than 6 days, 7 days, maximum almost all the natural stream channel ponds are full. So water unable to stay. Instead of the water should be has to move from next to next place. So that place is also full of water. Then the waters are, without telling anywhere, they're gone to zone, they're killing entire the resource information. That is also one. So therefore, in that cases, we have a nearby dam or any reservoir or the dam or the tanks are there that also full of the organisms. Then naturally, they open the gate. Beneath this area, we had to inform to the public through air, through a channel of the TV. We are releasing this much of water. Those who are staying across the flood area or the river area, so you have to take care about. So this is the most very important situations. Now we can go to the disaster, Central Disaster Management Cell. They have a website. In any districts, you want to detail information about the flood. For the past 10 years, 5 years, what data are required? Just to go there to in Karnataka. You are supposed to has to come there. So that is the reverse the how they are moving. So this is based to the informations also they are given by. So I'm taking the Karnataka, the case that is now. So Karnataka, we can take this because I'm taking this staying in the Karnataka. This one you can take your own anywhere in this any part of the states. So from the past 8 years, which part of the districts they have a problem in the flood, and the which river supposed to enter in the places? What are the causes of this? The main events taking place. How much of the peoples are missing? What is the land use, land cover, the pattern of the agricultures are these, the cases? What is the relief fund supposed to be given by the government? That all the details also available in the website. So according to this in Karnataka, they have a lot of basins we have. They created basins. According to the hydrogeologists, the watershed department, they create the watershed. So there are number of watershed. So Kabini watershed, Suvarnavati watershed, Simsa basin, Arkavati basin, Kaveri subbasin, Palar subbasin, Chinnar subbasin. Like that, there are subbasin we have. From the basin, the name of the rivers are the flow. See the navigation of the flow of water from this river during the rainy season. If any rain is supposed to fall, the rainy water should be linked in the existing river system only. So then only we can avoid for the solve the problem of the flood. So therefore, if any n number of state, you want to see this already, how the floods are created, a lot of problems in the natures. How much of the percent will be lost? How much of the percent should be has to given by the government from the record? So recently, I brought some of the figures how the floods they have created a lot of problem in the nature. Look at your computers. I paused this one, the various figures in the floods. So before the floods, see, this is the open channel now from the anywhere in the city or anywhere in the town or anywhere in the place. See the road structure. See the road now from this bench now. So earlier, this is the major canal or the channel or any drainage of the water supposed to pass on these roads. See these adjacent buildings now. So 1 year, the soils are erosions. Another year, another centimeters of soils are erosion. So every year, the soils are erosion. Holding the buildings also, they may fall down due to the landslide, or the soils are erosion. And these roads, this particular canal, this particular channel is meant for only for if any rainy, the water should be has to pass through this channel only. This is drawn by networking analysis given by government. Look at the second figure now. Now today, see the previous figure, second figure, now made up of bricks, made up of concrete walls, connected with the various drainage, toilet drainage waters also discharging. But in earlier figure, only drainage water. Now, the population is very extended and almost all the wastewater also connected with the drainage water. This drainage water linked with the nearby dam or channel or any canals or any water body, with all this polluted water also mixing away, then the waters also they got to this. And some of this today, see this earlier is a very large canal, necessity to construct concrete, then encroached by this all the canal. The size of the canal, see this very small, near to attach. Now the water was lagging. Then definitely this water is definitely has to go on to this under the water table. They have a lot of problems in the future of the groundwaters. So this is also they have human beings are in. Most of the tanks now from the village, because those who are coming from the village, you know the tank, our own kere, kattegalo, now ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. So most of the nearby tanks or ponds or streams from the farmers are every 1 acre. So today 10 centimeter encroach. Another 1 year, no one supposed to ask to nearby. I am encroaching going started. No one has to ask there. No one is supposed to ask there because I am a dominated. I am a rich fellow. I am a politician fellow. If you ask there, I am to do anything. I am going to court also. Some of the people may not ask because you are political. So one day, your area of the tank, your area of the pond also missing, because earlier the meant of the tank and pond only for the storage of water from the flood water has come there. So today we can take the last 10 years topographical map. So that is a huge map, the size and shape you have. Another 5 years, same map will be encroached. Another 5 years are encroached. One day the tank and ponds are missing. Now, if a suddenly rainy water supposed to has to fall, the rainy water directions, earlier people, they construct the pond and stream and channel only. They have storage. Now the storage was encroached by someone XYZ. So naturally, this kind of the problems happen. Then the water should be has to gone to the anywhere in the system, anywhere in the settlement, anywhere in the human being. So this is the cases also we see from the natures. Therefore, after all these things, the NGRI people, rescue people, immediately phone call from the government, immediately landing there, and those who are this, they have already affected there. Then yeah, they gone to the boat, or it may be any other instrument, or it may be the NGRI having that, they had to gone there to rescue operation also, they started. So most of these lakes and ponds are overflow. If they overflow, so according to this, to the rule, 1 pond capacities, this kind of the gallons of waters. If excess water supposed to has to come in the anywhere in another few years or the any number of years, that water connected to next river or next pond, next stream, next channel. So therefore, the government of India, particularly watershed department, they have given a policy name is called as interlinking of river, interlinking of pond, interlinking of one channel to other channel. That is there during this heavy rain is supposed to fall, fill in the channel 1, that will be sent to the channel 2, excess sent to the channel 3, series of the channel or the pond or the stream or the lakes or the river is there, then only this kind of the problem will be asked to solve. If it is not possible, then this kind of the problems will be definitely asked to focusing from the whole flow. These are all the photos I'm taking from this to Badami area. Recently, last 2 years ago, heavy rainy. By this time, I went there, I collect this kind of information. Then you can look at these figures in other KR Nagara. That is also heavy rain. The entire agriculture aspects within a few of hours, entire this will be washed away. And if you take the aerial photograph in Kerala area, maximum the loss of life, even interference may not be gone to one place to other places. Communications problem for the rescue operation started. Then the helicopter supposed to go for lifting one by one. So this kind of the floods happen, the water should be logging for the number of months. If you're logging of water naturally, epidemics, diseases. So much of this, the diseases are cholera, jaundice, or fever, skin problem, allergy problem, groundwater quality completely gone there. Entire natural disaster management will be started. Now, this amount should be only two way. One is the water should be lifting, evaporation, evapotranspir, gone to the hydrological. How much quantity of water maybe gone to the hydrological cycle. Number two, the same water will be linking gone to surface, runoff from other places. Number three, the same water will be start from percolation, infiltrate, reach the ground. The water table is full. In case of water table is full, the water may not be asked there. Already I'm full. I don't want to water. So therefore, all the circumstance was there. The water was locked in maximum days. So day by day, water was lost. Then you can go to re-entry to the places. Should be according to proper direction, according to the proper way, we have to go there. Now, the government of India, they're going to information about this. One is flood is happening in the neighbor. One X villages, X state, X area, they already floods happened. In adjacent area, the people are shocking. So what happened? So government of India, they've given information to through this to the web. So the web is a Raita Samparka Kendra. We have now from this in the farmers center. So from the, they have fixing the weather forecasting news. They have every information they are given by in the media, print media, telecast, news, launching. So that all the information supposed to, any person supposed to know that this kind of information immediately I tell to the farmers. So neighbor villages having a flood, that definitely the water has come to my villages. By this time, we have to take care about. We should be asked to go for the very good in a way, good in position, away from the position. So that is the information given by the telecommunications. So from the telecommunication information, they have according to Stat 6, now from the Indian Stat 6, they are given by the maximum floods are in India by the 12% from every year. So some of the area without drop of water, across the state heavy flood, neighbor state without drop of water. So the continuation 28% are drought. Some of the areas in natural calamity, tsunami, that is also one of the destruction from the entire the land of the surface of this within a span of time. So another one is due to this, the landslide yesterday informations. Another major causes comes under the earthquakes, cyclones. So these all the natural disasters happen in the flood area. Now, after the flood, we can go to take this, enter to your own hand, see the situation of your crops. If another 1 or 2 days, suppose we have to go on the cultivation, cropping, harvesting, if we have to go there for 1 week or it may be within the any detailed information may not be got anywhere, immediately fall there. If you get almost all this kind of the problem, then this definitely the farmer is facing a lot of problems. Now, every year from this flood is a common in India, particularly in the Bihar, Orissa, West Bengal, Assam, and also it comes under to the Himachal Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh. So this area nearby coastal area, nearby river area, definitely when any kind of the floods are happened, because already rivers are overflow, definitely waters are entered in the settlement. They destroyed almost all these natures. See, in the last years, heavy floods in the Mumbai, buses are submerged, and most of the roads are jammed by the logging by the water. Vehicles may not be moved because roads may not be seen or logging. So potholes also they open. Railway tracks also the breaking away. And most of the transportation communication road was blocking due to the water. Sometimes if a road maybe cracks or maybe any roads are maybe logging of water, unable to traveling, or it may be the road was maybe concrete, maybe destruction. So that all these things happens in this during the flood. Now, from the last, in the 1 year ago, in the Raichur town also, heavy raining, the water, because Raichur people may not be expected, they are not getting a huge rain in the past 20, 25 years. But last 1 year ago, heavy rain is supposed to fall on this the Raichur area. Entire town was submerged by the in the waters. Now, from the Hubli-Dharwad road also, the breakage of the main road, the full of water traveling by the area, and the same across the road, they have a lot of the road structures are destruction. And from the Badami Taluk, Bagalkote area, during the floods, maximum water was lagging. And if you have a go to the Raichur, Gulbarga, Bagalkote area, most of these constructions of the house, they have made in the rock, small bricks. See, the quality was not in this. Even now, the same structures are there. During a rainy season, if any rain is supposed to fall, the structures are weaker. Definitely, they have a fall down possibilities due to the heavy raining possibilities also we have. Now, recently, I think maybe in the Corona time, first COVID time, the Madikeri area, they have a landslides are occur, landslide with the flood together. So more than 6 people, they stay on this maybe downstream. They're not expecting from our roads are buried. So 6 members are buried from the house. Our persons are died. Landslide with the floods together, they happens in the Madikeri. See, these figures also, I'm taking photographs of the Madikeri, a town in the Indiranagar area, and the other corners, how much of the landslides due to floods, the main roads are maybe erosions also, that is a one. If you take a aerial photography of the Madikeri in the morning time of the war, see how much lands are, they have, see this, the entire downstream area, the road stream area, this is a very undulating terrain. Most of the house, they have valley. See, look at the figure in the topography. Most of the houses are there constructed in the valley area, downstream area. So naturally, if a rain is supposed to fall in the area, this almost all the settlements, definitely in the settlements, they are in a buried with this water. So if another the Bhagamandala Talkaveri area, heavy rainy, maximum the waters are they've gone there, and the landslides they have come across the flood. And see this, they have a recent floods from our northern Indian places. Most of the buildings are, see the figures now, most of the buildings across the channel, across the river flow. So the basement of the rocks are loose, then the buildings immediately collapse. So God was standing, the statue was standing across the God of the God is heavy flood. So most of this rainy water entered in the shops. So this also we have. Now look at these figures very frequently now. So before the flood, the water was the heavy rainy water come across any other direction. So after the next figure, see the next figure now, if immediately water has come overflow, nearby building, nearby any settlement, they have definitely the huge number of losses will be happen. So see this, how the much of the water force destructions from the human settlement after this loss of life, you cannot, unbelievable. People are missing, so much of vehicles are they have taken away. That's a one. Now, from the Indian Meteorological Department, wherever this kind of the prediction of radar weather forecasting news, they have satellite-based meteorological parameters. They have predicted from the wind velocities through atmospheric changes. Clouds are moving based on all the parameters with a satellite-based data. So concerned hydrometeorologists, they have predicted the information, immediately broadcasting. So another 48 hours, 28 hours, within a span of hours, you get this heavy rainy. So take care about this. They have a caution. They have information. Their navigation by our radar system or the satellite-based system. So based on the meteorological parameters, information given by the satellite-based or the concerned department, and wherever they affected, so within this maybe 1 or 2 days or a span of hours, they given through the media telecast. So by this time, so on the area of these people should be asked to take care about. So all these things are the floods. Now floods are classified into, there are 4 major types. One is called as flash floods, river floods, coastal floods, urban floods. Now from this classification, let us take this one by one. Coastal floods. Most of the coastal, so Kerala coastal, Andhra Pradesh coastal, okay? So we can go to Tamil Nadu coastal. Most of the area during the heavy rainy, the water should be has to gone there, the sea level will be up. Then most of the water has to come in the lowland area and will be killing by the nearby settlements. So the floods are classified, particularly coastal floods, every season from the affected nearby, those who are staying in the boundary. So from the coastal area, almost has to depends during the rainy days, rainy seasons area, always they have broadcasting any weather information, they given they watch there. Every person's, they have even our mobile, we have got a weather data, weather forecasting data. We have a software download from our mist weather. The software is a mist software. Every year, wherever your districts, today what is the temperature, pressure, humidity, wind velocity, at what time the sun rise and set. All the detailed information also they are coming in this particular softwares. From these softwares, we can get this, what you want, any detailed information about the flood, that also we have. Now, second type of the floods come nearby river. From the rivers, the river should be, they have so much of tributaries, the channel networking system or the drainage system, they meet together, the storage in the water, the capacity is overflow, the overflow water down, naturally they gone to higher elevation to the lower elevation. Always, the water should be has to flow from higher elevation to the lower elevation. See, the government should be always, they watch the lower elevation people. If a people, they have to recommend this area is definitely a overflow of the water should be coming this direction only, this boundary, this end land is yours, owner is yours. But in the future, if a river supposed to water is anyway, then the water is coming in direction only. They have already told this to the Gram Thana level, village level by the concerned Tahsildar. So when the uplift of the rising the water table or uplift of the any kind of this the rainy, they have rise this the movement. If any movement of the direction of gravity should be has to gone in the downstream, then definitely the water should be has to gone there. So that is also one of the river flows. So from the river floods, sometimes the dam's role is most important. So when the construction of any kind of reserve or the tanks or any pond or any dam, the quality rule was very, very important. So if any excess water is supposed to store, naturally gates are opening. If a gates are opening in the force of water, sometimes maybe destruction possibilities also. The failure of dam, failure of the canal, channel role is most important. So therefore, when the construction of any kind of the pounding of water, storage of the pond of water, the role is most important accordingly from the geologist. So next classification of flood was called as flash flood. So the flash flood immediately very quick response. We cannot expect it from the rainiest coming on. So due to this, any thunderstorms, or it may be depletions from the environmental depletion from the adjacent area, cyclone, receiving without any intimation to the, there's not a rainy day. Any depressions, they started from this nearby Chennai or Kerala. If anything there, immediately the rain has come through the wind, the carrying by, water is heavy fall on the boundary. So this kind of the flood was called, this kind of the rainy water was called as flash rainy and also flooding. So this flooding without any anywhere immediately come there, destruction possibilities also there. So the flash floods across the boundary, we have to take care about this information. Now, some of the snow melt, glacial melt, rainy melt, possibility due to the atmospheric changes, that also we are receiving a rainy water and also. So these are all the recent photographs come across to the Kerala floods area. So when the flood happens without any change, so from this area, most of the roads are communications, water supply, electricity supply, telecommunication supply, everything should be has to stop because networking is a problem. Then the rescue operation was started from the Kerala. No, and also with this damage, various damage from these to water damage, almost our building structural damage. So water was contaminated definitely. We cannot get a good quality because nearby we stand in front of dam, floods. We are standing, the flood is what is going on. We are not taking water for drinking, that water is not suitable for drinking. So there are the biological system, biological properties of water also major problem. So much of micro, macro organisms, the found from that water, the water is not suitable for the drinking. This is also one of the way we see from the damages. So with this, the causes of floodings is also most important. So most of the land use, land cover attachment is catchment area, vegetation, it will have relief also, the damage of so much of this. These also major problems will happen. Now, by this time, when the causes of the rainfall intensity, we have calculation, estimation, and prediction by the government, and how much of the percentage of this, the glacial amount, or it may be any kind of the meteorological parameter, and what type of precipitation supposed to has to fall in the area, that also we have, and what is the capacity of our tank and stream or the channel, that also we have care about this. So we can, our dam should not be good in quality, then definitely in the future, if it floods are happen, they have a major also. And when the dams are failure, once the one season supposed to have, once the dams constructed, now it takes a maximum years, maybe 5 years, 6 years. So that will be the area with the suitability for the dams are known. So that also taken a civil engineer. And wherever the floods are happened, we have made a compound now that is a flood walls, very concrete temporarily or permanently should be constructed to avoid this, the moving of this. So another major important now, if a floods are happens, that is my experience when I got to this Madikeri for the relief camp areas. I watched there. So some of the homeless peoples that depends on the given by government, they're given by food packets, water packets, or the health hospitality. So some of these people, they're suffering from this to the diseases, heart diseases, diabetes, some of the problems. Really, they have not get any treatment within the span of hours. Maybe definitely they are having a problems. So from the social justice is a wrong cases. Some of the advantages also, they are robbing also, kidnapping, killing. This is the time also they happen. Someone X person or Y persons maybe you are against me, enemy to you. This is the right time from the flood time, directly gone there to kill him and throw the water area. So people are thinking this fellow has died due to flood. So this kind of the problems also they have seen from this during these cases. Now, the government should be asked to come forward and they have to proper shelter and proper treatment. And the voluntary also they given the help to this. We are all government employees, 1 day salary also we are already given. And in addition with this, we have given a helping from this to our hands to hands to give this to the moral support. Those who are affected in the boundary of the people, definitely we are given a hands and with this helping and also the given from this to any, at least we have 100 rupees, 200 rupees, any kids supposed to want to any cloth or any medicine or a water bottle, that should be asked to provide it. And during these floods times, definitely major damage is the electric power. So once the electric power supposed to ask, they have once again, they take care about this to reinstallation of wire and all the cases we have taken place definitely. No, and also the government should be asked to investment. What amount supposed to has to given, how much amount supposed to estimated. So once again, reconstruction of the house now, rebuild the house now. So by this time, the government should be asked to come across and give this to moral support to those who are facing a problem of floods area. That is the our prime duty should be they have a lot of informations come across from this flood. Now I will stop this because I got the message from this to your authority. Now another few minutes, I want to some questions from this your sides or any interactions, please ask me. So we'll meet you some other times from these to related to the topic. So this topic is a very important topic. Please share to the information to your students and encourage the subject of disaster management in everywhere in the globe. So from the teaching aids of the subject, NEP scheme, NEP syllabus, we have in the disaster management, environmental science, Constitution of India. That is all the 3 papers are there. So you can give these to the encouragement to the student. The students learn the subject. They have talked to the subject to this family member about this, all the disaster management. So thank you very much, dear friends. We'll meet you some other occasions. If anything interactions, please ask me. Now, or it may be if anything else to my side related to this topic, related to any information, or if you want to do anything about this special lecture. So we have our own team is there in the Department of Geology, Manasa Gangotri, Mysore. You can come there. So you can go through with this, my website, my name, Dr. Professor Nagaraju. We can go through from the Mysore University website in our science department. My mail ID is also available. If anything else to my site, please come, or my mobile number also available. If anything else to from your department, organization or institution, I will come there. So share my knowledge to your student or anything else, please come freely, you can talk to me. That is the one. Now I want to anything else from this. Okay, this is this stipulated 1.5 hours. If you want anything else, please share your information now. Listen, are you follow my? Are you within in a line?
Yes, sir.
Sir, do we get any information regarding before landslides and this kind of floods, sir?
Please loudly.
Sir, do we get any information before occurring this
Sir,
kinds
yes,
of...
sir. Already we have a radar-based signals we have installed in its suspected area.
Suspected areas.
Suspected area. Once in Geological Survey of India, they already drawn the map. There in the future, they have definitely they have a landslide. So they are drawn already because already I given a map, maybe not followed. Anyway, you after getting this material, you can refer. Now, the government of India, they drawn the permanent line, this area definitely having a future landslides. So they have a signals, they have a radar-based signals, they have alarming. Now from any college now, they have a bell now. Same type, we have a alarming. The alarming sound supposed to, yes, the alarm fixing the radiation penetration in the ground. If earthquakes happen, sound has come. Immediately, people are run away. Or during this flood supposed to has to come, they have a mic announcing. So that is also we have given by government.
And sir, moreover, sir, you have collected enormous photos of
Actually, I don't know time, sir. I want to another 1 hour. I complete this topic.
Really, maximum photos and
Organization.
photos are very effective, sir.
I'm already announced this. Don't give to this sleeping time. Because 2 to 3, these are most of these then there I can understand. Because I am worried about this, the morning time. So they have this little only I am sharing is 30% only because I given this PPT to the organization. Later they are given no problem. So more than we have a 250 slides we have. So already I given the slides. Maybe last day they are given a CD. Okay. So in that if anything else, please come to. You can telephone me from our department. I will exchange our information. Our colleagues are ready to come there. Your college to do this to anything else. Okay, sir. Any other persons from the line?
Thank you, sir, for this enormous information, sir.
Say enormous is not important, sir. Your presence, you are there in this my life.
Really, very interested, sir. I'm very much interested regarding.
Sir, you are there in the life. That
If we
is
get
happy.
this slide, we can convey to our students.
Sir, please, your voice was little bit.
These slides.
Sir,
If we get this slide, easily we can convey our students, sir.
Sir, already I am given. The slides are already I given to this organization. Final day, you are getting all the CD.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Please welcome, sir. So those who are Mysore city, those who are Mysore University, those who are there, please come to our department. We will with you. We will get all the detailed information or mail me or telephone me. So we will definitely come there. Okay, sir?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, bye. Take care, madam. See you. Yes.